Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're going to talk about the Nod CHEM Buggy. It is a really strong anti-infantry unit right now in the game. The only infantry unit that I could probably think of that may stand a chance is like the Zone Trooper or the Cyborg, but aside from that, every infantry unit is pretty much dead to its thing as long as you're relatively on the same level when it comes to units. And what a lot of these CHEM Buggy players like to do, and you can see what my opponent does here in his case, is they like to go for an attack bike and one CHEM Buggy with no harvester, and they will rush your harvester. Now, he actually decides to switch his mind and he does not go for a CHEM Buggy. He goes for a safer player, and he just goes for a harvester. He could have easily went for a CHEM Buggy, like I said, with no harvester, kill all my infantry units that I spawn, and then proceed to attack the harvester with his attack bike. And that combo opening is very strong. Anyways, he goes for a CHEM Buggy, and he starts wrecking my infantry units. He does not see my Scorpion tank right now at the moment. Now he does. Scorpion tanks are something that is a must to have when you're dealing with the attack bike, CHEM Buggies, and of course Scorpion tanks as well. I go immediately for his harvester, boosted up with Xana's Fanaticism, and that thing is super strong. You can take out harvesters instantly. And there you go. There goes his harvester there. From one of my Scorpion tanks. I decided to make more Scorpion tanks, of course, because I know this guy's a War Factory build. As soon as I saw his attack bike come out with a CHEM Buggy, I knew this guy was a War Factory build guy. Beware of this. If you see your opponent starting off from an attack bike, he is most likely going to have a CHEM Buggy right now, because CHEM Buggies are just so good against infantry units. And I easily captured the first missile here. And basically, we're both spawning a whole bunch of tanks. But I start to do a very bad job of stacking and microing my tanks. Normally, what you want to do is you want to stack your tanks together and move them together, and they'll fire against one tank at the same time, so you double the damage. But I do a terrible job at it, and I just walk right into the fire of his tanks. I lose all my tanks there. So right now, it's not looking so good for me. I switch it up with laser squads. He immediately goes for flame squad, chemical buggies, of course. And you can see that one chemical buggy stands up extremely well to both of my laser squads, takes out both of them easily. The CHEM Buggy survives miraculously. Normally, if the CHEM Buggy was like a Nod Buggy, that would have went down for sure. He goes from a harvester here as well with his tank, and unfortunately I lose my harvester there, so now we're even on the economy. He goes for more CHEM Buggies, as he knows I'm going to spam a bit more of the laser squads here, as I am trying to fight off his tanks at the same time with my tanks. And I'm not doing the best job with my tank micro once again, guys. He's doing a better job at that. And his CHEM Buggy, once again, is just rolling all over my infantry units. He almost ends up pretty much killing my laser squad. He does. Yeah, he does kill my laser squad there. But, when that thing leaves a toxic gas cloud, it's so hard to deal with it. It just kills all your infantry units. When you see a CHEM Buggy, it's really hard to go for infantry units. So I'm going to start to just build more tanks, because I realize, hey, even if I go for laser squad, he's most likely going to go for CHEM Buggies. But you can see how horrible my tank micro is. His tank micro is a lot better than mine. He's firing 2 tanks per shot on one of my tanks, while I'm only getting 1 tank shot off his tank. So he's killing my tanks very quickly here while I'm suffering some losses. Now I start to wake up a little bit. I'm like, hey, you know what? My tank micro is kind of sucking right now. I better stack my units better here. And that's what I do. Is the missile's almost done, and it looked like I might actually end up losing this game. But I move my harvester to the top launch pad, which is something you can always do when you're about to capture that missile, right? Stop the harvester from farming. Remember, it's still a unit. Move it onto a launch pad, so you got an extra unit that can help you capture the missiles. But anyways, you guys can see exactly just how strong these CHEM Buggies are. They will tear apart any infantry unit they come across. Alright, and this will be another example of what to watch out for if you're playing against Nod opponent. Always kind of expect nowadays to maybe see an attack bike rush, because I'm telling you guys, this is happening a lot. And they usually go for one attack bike, like he does in this case, and they'll go for a CHEM Buggy as soon as they hit 60 crystals. Now that first opponent almost went for a CHEM Buggy, but he didn't. But you'll see what this guy does. So he actually goes through a bit of a weird pathing. He thought my harvester would be down here, and he builds a CHEM Buggy, as you guys can see, right? I have my missile squads here. He makes a mistake here. He should have not walked right into my missile squads there. Bikes took a ton of damage. He still does have 2 bikes remaining. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play this smart. and have both my missile squad attack that CHEM Buggy at the same time. I get a Pitbull just in time, knocking out that CHEM Buggy, and he's just gonna commit to this CHEM Buggy attack bike rush. You can see he's got 4 Temple of Nod units, including the Avatar. So you can see this guy's strategy really relies on killing your Harvester very fast. He actually almost does end up killing the Harvester here. And when I did look at his match history, his this strategy was working well for him, because he won a lot against his opponent using this strategy. He actually ends up taking my Harvester there. So it's a relentless assault. And I have my Pitbull and Missile Squad immediately down towards his Harvester side, because I didn't want him building a Harvester. But he actually stuck the Harvester to the top, which I did not see. Clever on him, eh? I didn't see that Harvester this whole game. I actually honestly thought he did not have a Harvester at all. I thought he was not pumping up any economy. So he did actually technically successfully take down my Harvester early in the game, and he got a Harvester up from the very start. And once again, he goes for another Harvester. So he's playing this very smartly, and he still has a good chance of winning this, but he needs to get a Temple of Nod unit up, because that's what his build mainly focuses. When you have a Predator tank like me at this point, his attack bikes are just not going to do enough unless he starts surrounding my Predator tank like what he's doing. And he's trying to go for a double Harvester because he wants his economy to go up. He needs that Temple of Nod. He still hasn't got enough crystals for that, and I just need one more missile and I win the game. I do see the Harvester coming out. I thought this was his only Harvester in the whole game, though. I didn't realize he had a double Harvester. He misfires a missile there, and I started going for his Harvester. And I think at this point he realized, hey, you know what? The game might be over. He's just not going to have enough economy to go for a Temple of Nod. He needed to go get his second Harvester up. Now, when he built that second Harvester, he could have actually went to the top and sent it right on top of that Harvester. And they could have been both farming those crystals instead of sending it downward. But hey, you know what? That's how you stop these type of rushes. Definitely watch out for the attack bike CHEM Buggy combo, because a lot of you guys and myself are starting with infantry. And if you see an attack bike and a CHEM Buggy combo, that CHEM Buggy is going to tear apart your infantry units if you're not careful. And then his attack bike is going to wreck your Harvesters. And I've seen this strategy work very well in many situations. Alright guys, this will be the third game, and my CHEM Buggy, just to let you guys know, a bit of a background, my CHEM Buggy is only at level 6, and this guy has super high level units. He's got level 10 units that also are trained to the max, so they're pretty much level 11. He just needed a little bit more cards, I'm guessing, so that's why he couldn't get them to level 11. So my CHEM Buggy is severely under leveled, right? It's almost like 4 to 5 levels under these max trained level 10 units that my opponent has. So my CHEM Buggy doesn't do as much damage as it would have done, you know, had my CHEM Buggy been at level 8 to 10. Somewhere around there, definitely would have done a better job at this game. But anyways, I see a whole bunch of infantry units, right? So I'm going to go for a CHEM Buggy. Now keep in mind, CHEM Buggies work very well against these type of GDI armies that bring in 3 barrack units and 3 tech lab. And that's a very popular combo. Anyways, he decides to boost up his jump jet here, and my Harvester is pretty much gonna die. My CHEM Buggy got absolutely knocked up there by his level 10 jump jets and level 10 missile squads. You know, like I said, the level 6 was a weakness. Had my CHEM Buggy been at the same level, though, I would have not lost that fight. Guaranteed, I would have taken out his jump jets and his missile squads, or at least one of them. Anyways, this is really bad for me. He's got an economy lead. He's got double Harvesters, but I boost up my tank and try to take out one of those Harvesters before his jump jet can get me. And I also captured his first missile here, which is really good on my part. And I do take out that Harvester with a Xana's Fanaticism. That's how good her ability is. When you boost the Scorpion tank with that, it becomes a Harvester killer. But basically, it was hard for me to feel the CHEM Buggy because of just how high his jump jet levels were and his missile squads were. And so I wasn't really building too many CHEM Buggies. But once again, this would have been a nice game for me to use the CHEM Buggy, because builds like this, where you bring in a ton of barrack units and a ton of tech lab units, you can shut down their early game so hard with CHEM Buggies, it would be an instant win normally. And right now you can see some Titan shenanigans with Scorpion tanks, and I just took out 3 Harvesters. I love the Scorpion tank. Xana Fanaticism combo is beautiful. Your Scorpion tank moves so fast. It does so much damage. It's crazy. That's one of my favorite combos. And once again, another Scorpion tank boost. While I get a Banshee up, taking out the Titans are easy to take out if you know how to deal with them. And my CHEM Buggy dies to 1 versus 1 fight here against his jump jet, but it does take out his jump jet, so that was good on my part. And the missile was almost done here. Unfortunately, his sandstorm is just too buffed there. And he does get the second missile here. My 2 tanks just don't get there on time, and I was focusing a little bit too much on his harvester. I could have certainly tried to just capture the missiles here. And he tries to go for my harvester here, which is what he does. And those level 10 sandstorms boosted up is just going to be too fast, too strong. It's going to kill my harvester, but I've killed so many of his harvesters at this point. And he's struggling to farm, you know. I'm just chasing this guy's harvester down at every point. And even though those level 11 titans may be scary, I just gotta use my banshees and use my tanks, throw everything at it. But those titans are scary, man. It just one-shot scorpion tanks, or it'll nearly 2-shot them, right? It'll 2-shot them if it doesn't one-shot. But anyways, I sent out a couple more CHEM buggies here. The other thing about CHEM buggies is that their mobility is amazing. They're really fast, right? So you can get to launch pads really quickly. And that's kind of what I did as launch pads were done. And they can attack and move, and that's the beauty about this unit. Even though my CHEM buggies were at level 6, they still do decent amount of damage to his round infantry units, and that's what I was doing. I took out his infantry units there on the launch pad. They also move and attack, and they're quite fast, which is what makes CHEM buggies so great right now. So they're definitely one of the #1 units that Nod is using, especially with a War Factory build, to take out enemy infantry. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about CHEM buggy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, of course, and I'll see you guys next time.